Good morning everyone. In Python class, today we are going to learn about the next topic, which is iterating over list. Okay? Iterating over list, that is sequences in Python. Okay? So in the previous class we learned about the list, nested list, everything. In this class we are going to see the iterating over list. So iterating is nothing but repeating, right? So when you want to repeat some set of statements on a definite number of times, you can use this for loop. So we are going to learn about for loop now. Okay. So a for statement is an iterative control statement that iterates once for each element in a specified sequence of elements. Thus, for loop are used to construct definite loops. Okay. So for example, this is the syntax for the for statement. For k in sequence, and we have to have the suit. Okay. So this is the example in which we have a list which is going to contain these 5 elements. We are going to print all the elements one by one. Okay. So we are going to use only one print statement. By using this statement itself, we are going to print all the elements in the list. Okay. We will look at that example using online Python compiler. Okay. This is the example. See, instead of that we can have this character also. So we will take this. Okay. So here you are pasting your code. When you run, it is displaying an error. Can you identify what is an error? Yes, this is the indentation error. Okay. You need to give indent. Now if you run, it will give you the correct output. Okay, you are getting it right. So we have stored the value hello. Okay, it is going to print one by one, but we have used only one print statement. So printing is the action is going to be repeated the number of characters which is in the single quotes, right? So hello is having 5 characters. All the 5 characters are printed by using a single print statement by using the for loop. This is the purpose of for loop. This is called as iterative function. Clear? Okay. So that can be done through while loop also. Okay. So variable k is referred as a loop variable. Here the k is called as the loop variable. Since 6 elements are provided in the list, for loop iterates exactly 6 times. So the same iteration can be done through while loop also. That is only another example. Okay. So here instead of using for loop, we have used the while loop. Okay. Same print statement, but we have been incremented. These are the codes we have been used. Can you look at the output? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Okay. So that is the next one. Okay. This is called as the loop variable. Okay. So in while loop version, loop variable k must be initialized. Here you have to initialize the value and increment it by 1 for each time through the loop. Okay. In the loop version, for loop version, loop variable k automatically iterates over the provided sequence of values, but for loop it is not necessary to increment and to check the condition. Okay. So this is the purpose of the for loop. This is another example. This only I executed and show you, right? Okay. Okay. Next we are going to learn about built-in range function. Okay. What is this built-in? It is already available in the system. What is the function? Range function. What is that? Range. Range. What is the use of this? It can be used for generating the sequence of integers that for loop can iterate over. Okay, how many times it has to iterate. The range from starting to ending can also be given. That is called as range function. Okay, so we will execute that example and show you. So this is the example. Can you identify sum equal to 0? K in range 1 comma 11. So it has to start from 1 till 11. It has to continue. Sum equal to sum plus k. Initially sum value is 0. 0 plus 1 will be 1 and we are printing 1. Right? Next time when it comes, automatically the k value will be incremented and it will be printed one by one. What is the use of this range function? The value which you are going to display between 1 to 11. That is the use of this condition. Clear? In many of the places, this range condition will be very useful. That is only explained here. The values in the generated sequence include the starting value but not including the ending value. Okay, it generates a sequence like 1 to 10. The range function is convenient when long sequences of integers are needed. Actually, range does not create sequence of integers. It creates a generator function which is able to produce each next item of the sequence when it is necessary. Okay, so this is the use of this range function. Clear? So the Python provides built-in range function that can be used for generating sequences of integers that a for loop can iterate over. Okay. Okay. The next one is the iterating over list elements versus list index values. Okay. List elements versus list index values. Sorry, no, that not that. After the range function, okay, iterating over list elements using list index, okay, versus list index value. So here what are we doing? When elements in the list are accessed but not altered, it is going to be accessed but it is not altered. A loop variable that iterates over each list is an appropriate approach. So, when the loop variable must iterate over the index value, a list instead will be used. So, there are two approaches here, like this you can use, or you can use this range also. For, okay, num equal to 10 comma 20, for k in num, sum equal to sum plus k. This can also be used, right? So we will see that example. Actually, what is the example? Num equal to, and we are nums equal to 10 comma 20 comma 30 comma 40 comma 50 comma 60. Okay, what is the next line? For k in nums, for k in nums, what are we doing? Sum equal to sum plus k. Sum equal to sum plus k. Okay, and if we print sum only, we will identify it. So print sum. Okay, For k in num sum equal to sum plus k. Okay, there is some operator is missing, that is why it is getting an error. So it will add the values according to the index, it will access the value and it will display the value. That is the use of this index, right? So in the last class we learnt this grades, right? So by using that also you are able to calculate the index value. Okay, that is the example over here. Okay, so index variable is a variable whose changing values is used to access elements of an indexed data structure. Okay, next one is the while loop and a list. What is the next one? While loop and a list. Okay, so in the previous example we have seen the for loop and list. Now in this example we are going to learn about while loop and a list. Okay, with this we are finishing our class. The while loop and list we will see in the next class. So today what we learnt? We learnt about the list built-in function, built-in range function, and we learnt about the for loop. Okay, so with this we are finishing our class. We will continue the class in the next.